What is up, BookTube? It is me. It is Monty, and I am here with another video. We are back again. This month, I don't want to say it's flying by because it's not, but can we take a moment to appreciate it's already the 21st. Christmas is on Monday. By Monday, we are done with these little daily videos. Hate to see it. So today, I was meant to read. I had scheduled, I had put in my planner, my mental planner, I don't have a planner, to read a bookie book. I was supposed to finish the fourth Percy Jackson book, The Battle of the Labyrinth. And between you and me, between you and moi, I didn't do that. I didn't even crack open the book. I listened to a sample of the first chapter because it was unavailable from Libby. So I said, maybe if I listen to the sample, it'll inspire me to crack open the book. And it didn't. I think I am a teensy bit burnt out on Mr. Percy Jackson, or at least on the idea of reading the entire thing in a day. It's just not gonna happen. I don't see that for me, and that's fine. That's good. I'm not losing anything by not rushing through that series. So I didn't read it. Instead, I decided to listen to Jasmine Guillory's By the Book. And I don't think I've ever regretted a decision quite as instantaneously as I did listening to this book. Here's the thing. In, 2021, 2022, the Hyperion people, the Disney imprint, the little book arm that they used, I don't know if they still have it. Because didn't they sell, or was that just their YA that they sold to Little Brown? Doesn't matter. But back in the day, the Disney people came out with this idea that they were going to write adult rom-coms based on the Disney version of their classic fairy tales, which is cute because anybody can write, a Sleeping Beauty, a Little Mermaid book, anyone can do that. But the idea here was that you were going to be able to play with the Disney property. So I read Julie Murphy's. She was the first person to come out in this little collection, If the Shoe Fits. And I thought that she really did something fun and interesting with the Cinderella story, which is hard to do. It's hard to reinvent Cinderella. Cinderella is something that has been remixed to fucking death. And I feel like Julie Murphy really found an interesting way to go about it. And it was fun and it was interesting and I had a good time with it. And I was really set at the time of continuing on with the series as new books came out. And then I promptly did not read Jasmine Guillory's book because between you and me, everyone I know hates this woman. She has published so many books and has been on the top of the New York Times so many times. But whatever she be saying in interviews be rubbing the girlies the wrong way. And they hate this woman. And so because I've never heard anything positive about her, when she was announced as a person to be writing the second one By the Book, which is going to be a take on Beauty and the Beast, I was like, I'm not really looking forward to that. I don't really need to read it. And because these are our companion novels in the sense that they're in this collection together, but that's the extent of it. There's no crossover, there's no, wider world, they're just contemporary books. I could have just skipped over her and gone on to, I think it was a writer Cordova who got to write the third book in this series, which was a take on The Little Mermaid, and I think it's sapphic, but please do not hold me to that. Please do not hold me to that. But I know it's Little Mermaid for sure, and it's called Kiss the Girl, and that came out earlier this year. And next year, Christina Lauren is going to tackle Tangled. So it's big authors who are writing these books. Although maybe Zoraida Cordova is not known for her romance work, but she's a known name. These aren't just nobodies that Disney has contacted. They've contacted some big people. But this book is just so bad. And it's not giving Beauty and the Beast at all. And I'm just I'm bored. I think that to me, if you take Belle as a character and you just boil her down to a person. If you take Belle as a character and you boil her down in your contemporary reimagining as a woman working at a publishing imprint who wants to write a book, I feel like that is just not who I view Belle as. I mean, Belle's whole I Want song is about wanting adventure in the great wide somewhere. This woman is not locked down in New York City, slaving away at a publishing company, trying to write a book. That is just not Belle. I'm sorry. Belle is a person who's going out and maybe she'll, write a travel book or something. But to me, that's just not who I see Belle as. And then you have the Beast. You have the Beast character in this book. What these characters' names are, I couldn't tell you. I think his name is Beau. It's like Bo Powers. But the Beast character in this book is just like giving Nepo baby who lives in a mansion and doesn't leave and doesn't do anything. Which I mean, is that the Beast in the movie? Sure, I guess. But it's just like, and is there layers and nuance in the Beast in the movie? Maybe not. But I like to think that there is. I think actually I take it back. I think that there is layer and nuance to him, because in the tale that we are adapting, I'm going to use the Disney movie because this is supposed to be based on their movies, so I can use that as the frame of reference for once for the little adaptation we're doing here. In that movie, he is not a kind person. That's part of the curse. But when we meet him, he is actively at the end of the curse. You know, he has but a few days left before the last rose petal is going to fall. And so when he meets Belle, he is actively working on, being something of a better person, like something of a person that would like appease her. Despite the fact that, I mean, I guess you could have acted as though, like, I guess we get confirmation that the Beast is not queer in the sense that, like, he sent Maurice packing. He said, no, bitch, I'm not falling in love with Maurice. Although he did come from Maurice. Like, that's the other thing. Like, he was hospitable to Maurice. And then when Maurice was trying to, like, steal one of his flowers, he was like, nah, bitch, you done gone too far and you stole from me, so I'm going to lock your ass in my dungeon. So, actually, I kind of get where the Beast is coming for. Then you have, like, this whole situation where, like, I don't need to recount being the Beast to you. But in this book that Jasmine Guillory has written, like I said, our Belle character is some sad girl working in publishing who is going to California to go to a conference with her boss. It's been a couple years since she got into the industry, and it's been about maybe like a year and a half or so since she's supposed to be checking in on Bo Powers, because Bo, Nepo Baby, is supposed to be writing this memoir that he's just never turned in. They gave this man $2 million and a year and a half or whatever, and he has blown past when he was supposed to turn in his manuscript. And so they're at the conference, and our Belle character, just like jokingly says, hey, we're here. He lives like 10 minutes away. I mean, not 10 minutes because, it's Los Angeles, but still he lives in the area. Maybe I could just pop over to his house and be like, hey, where's the book? What's happening? Is there an update? You've been ignoring my emails for the past year, which is already like a very silly thing to me. But again, like, Jasmine Guillory is a person who works in publishing, not me. So who am I to say that publishing assistants don't just show up at people's houses? It sounds very far-fetched to me, but sure, whatever. We're writing Beauty and the Beast. We're not writing, I don't know, the next great American novel. So our character, she pops over and she's like, hey, and Bo Powers is like, bitch, get out. Well, he doesn't say that, but his assistant is like, yeah, he doesn't want to talk to you. But as our main character is leaving, because again, this is only single perspective, the assistant is like walking out. She's walking our girl out to the car, and she like twists and twists her ankle. She falls and twists her ankle, which I'm going to call bullshit on. I'm pretty sure that's going to be revealed in the third act that she just like, that wasn't true and she was just like faking it. And so then she helps the assistant back into the house, and Bo sees her and he's like flies into a rage, which is foolish because, again, that's not really what the Beast was doing, but sure, whatever. We'll do some like two-dimensional slapstick, I'm gonna fly off the handle bullshit. So he does that. And it turns into her staying the weekend in his house, because she's like, I give really good pep talks. And he's like, great, you're going to stay. And she's like, okay, I'm going to stay because you live in a mansion. And then that weekend turns into a week. And now that week has turned into a month. Like, she's back. And I'm just like, every time she gets an extension, I'm like, this is even more foolish. Like, I don't know again, I don't work in publishing. I don't do, that's not my bag. Okay. That's not what I do. That's not how I pay my bills. But I just find it very hard to believe that this is what anybody would do. That's supposed to be rational, reasonable behavior. And I don't know, it's a romance novel, so like I get it, but like it's just not giving. I'm like I want to say 26% of the way through this book, because yes, I'm even more than 26%. According to the little widget, yeah, I'm 29% of the way through this book. I've listened to 2 hours and 50 minutes, almost 3 hours of this book. And where I'm at now, she's just gotten approved to stay there for a month. And I'm just like, this is just getting more and more foolish. Maybe it's because there have been so many, Beauty and the Beast retellings, Hades and Persephone's retellings, like so many of that genre of story where a character is like, I also think it's very important to remember that like our Belle character is supposed to sacrifice herself and, be there by choice. And she's kind of there by choice, but also very much like not in a way. It's complicated and weird. it's not giving. Our main characters are very flat and very boring. And it does that thing where like our main character's like, I don't like him. But then like he appears in the scene and she'll be like, and then I stared at his gray sweatpants because he had on gray sweatpants and a t-shirt, and that t-shirt hugged his muscles. And this is like, I get it, girl, you're wet. Like I understand, I get it. But like, can we have some thoughts, please? Anything. I'm begging. Can we have some conversation? It's just not giving. It's very mediocre, which is so sad because I really wanted to believe that the girls were wrong about Jasmine Guillory and that she did write good books. And I thought that like if there was a Jasmine Guillory book to read, it was probably this one because it's not part of her series, like it's like ongoing and forever expanding. And it didn't matter because this is obviously like it's published by Disney, so I'm not expecting it to be like super smutty. So that's not even her bag. Like her bag is, you know, non-sexual romance books. I feel like it's a match made in heaven. But this is easily the worst Beauty and the Beast situation I've ever read in my entire existence. And Belle Girl, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this woman is claimed to be inspired by you. Like it is not the tea. So hate that for me. I'm not going to finish this book today. I'm not going to read anything else today either. This is just going to be the day that I have. But I'm going to go. I'll be back then with whatever I I come up with. But thank you for tuning in today. And I'll see you guys again then. But until then, and until next time, bye.